Breaking Dawn Part 2 from 2012 is the final of the so-called Twilight Saga. 5 US vampire fantasy teen romance movies 2008 to 2012. Based on Stephanie Meyer's same-named 4-book series 2005 to 2008. For the start of the series and Breaking Dawn Part 1, see the same-named rearViews. In the sequel, Bella is introduced to her daughter after Edward helps her curb her initial bloodthirst, and she learns of Jacob's imprint on baby Renesmee. This means he is bound to her forever, initially as friend and protector who grants her every wish, and once she's an adult, also her life partner, which, according to Team District Attorney, is outside of Stephanie Meyer's crazy Twilight world, generally quite rightly referred to as grooming. But like everyone else in the story, since no one acts like a sane person, she eventually comes to terms with it, and that's that. After Jacob reveals himself to Bella's father as a shaggy wolf, so the Cullens don't have to fake Bella's death and move away with her, Charlie goes to their house and accepts, of course, that Bella is now healed but somehow different and has just quickly adopted a child. What's his job again? Alright, police chief. Renesmee, who communicates by laying her hands on people or something, is growing like crazy. And in the forest, mistaken by the vampire Irina for a child who has been illegally transformed. Referred to as immortal children. She reports the alleged crime to the Volturi, who set out immediately. But thanks to a vision from Alice, who disappears immediately to an unknown destination, the Cullens and their shaggy wolf allies, as well as X-Men-style superpowered vampires from all over the world, are able to prepare for a battle. Bella, the model vegetarian vampire, she hunts animals like the Cullens, but of course not Bambi, but the evil big cat, is naturally more in control than any new vampire before her. Also the strongest, of course, and discovers even another of her special Mary Sue X-Men vampire superpowers. A powerful mental shield, a kind loan of Sue Storm from the Fantastic Four, which has supposedly already protected her from Edward's mind reading even when she was human. Sure. And she learns in no time also protect others from X-Men vampire Harry Potter magical superpowers. The Volturi army is led by Aro, who can read minds by gaily holding hands. Although the Cullens manage to prove with witnesses that Renesmee is not an immortal child, the Volturi still want to forcibly recruit gifted members of their family. But before an open confrontation can break out, Alice from Script Wonderland appears to reveal her vision of the future should a battle ensue. In it, Aro and several others are killed, while the lone wolf Jacob and Renesmee manage to escape. Till the End of the Night Part 2, the German title by Bill Condon, who also directed The Last Boar, made on a $136 million budget over $860 million worldwide back. And while it also received negative reviews, they were slightly better than those for its even worse predecessor. In the source material, which itself consists of 3 books, the movie adapts the 3rd book in the 4th novel, there are even more ridiculous explanations, like how the shaggy wolves aren't real werewolves at all, but shapeshifters who think they are werewolves, huh? And there's no final battle projected through one of Alice's visions of the future. The scene only exists in the movie so that at least something actually happens. And so they could pass it off to the clueless as some supposed action-packed highlight. I was familiar with the books back then and didn't understand at all why the fourth one was even split up in the first place. It's the thickest, yes, but for the main story actually happens the least in it. And I was puzzled by the action scenes in the trailer, which didn't match up with the padded out to eternity, almost mind-numbing boring source material.
Question: what is love? Answer: the same as hate if you're not careful.
In the final, Aho, despite his fear of the vision, wants to execute Renesmee, since she could pose a threat to the vampire's secrecy. But Alice casually pulls a harmless man out of thin air who is just like Renesmee, half human, half vampire, and the Volturi back off. Alice sees that in the future, Edward and Bella, as well as Jacob and grown-up Renesmee, will be happy couples. A truly creepy thought. And to celebrate, Bella lowers her mental shield and finally lets Edward into her thoughts. So he can watch, admittedly with a slightly blurry picture, but at least for free, the Twilight movies again.